Hello everyone, hope you guys are having a great day. I turned the filter off so you guys could hear me clearly because this is a pretty serious topic we're going to be talking about. This video was inspired by a comment on one of my videos asking me why I capture and keep turtles out of the wild when there's plenty of captive turtles that are ready for purchase, pretty much everywhere. The answer to that is simple, but first off, let me clarify. The vast majority of the turtles I've had in this pond weren't just, caught in a trap or caught barehanded in a pond and then just kept because I wanted the turtle. There was a reason why I kept it. Right now I have 3 Midland painted turtles, 2 red-eared siders in this pond, and one of the Midland painteds, the smallest one when I caught, had shell rot. So I brought him back and keeping him, and I caught him, it was a couple hours away, so I could technically release him in a pond again, but it would just be a little hectic for him because he'd be swimming through all of the other turtles' territory, and I'm sure he'd be fine, but I just want to keep him here just because I want to make sure he doesn't get shell rot again. Another turtle I have in here is the other Midland painted, the biggest one, which I don't think you guys have seen yet. He was given to me because a couple neighbors of mine, not really neighbors, but they live a couple miles away, found him while walking on the road down some street, not sure. It was a pretty busy street, but they found him, they brought him back, gave him to me. Now, one, I can't release him because I don't know where they found him, and two, this time of year, a male Midland painted turtle walking around on land, that's just, there's something's not right. Male aquatics period, they don't really walk around on land at all, especially this time of year. There's really no reason for him to be doing that. So, he may have been a pet that someone released. Who knows? The 2 sliders I bought the one, and the other slider, the male slider, I was given to by my parents' friend, whose son went to college and couldn't take the turtle, so they gave it to me. And the other Midland painted I captured in the same pond as the one with the shell rot. Now, the things with that pond was there's no area for them to bask on other than some long grass that was, growing from the bank into the pond, which is where I caught them, which is the reason why the one turtle had shell rot. So I kept them both, make sure, keep them healthy, and in the long run, breeding them, help keep the population sustained. Question is, why did I keep the turtles in other videos? Well, Claws, these turtles here have already, it's a long story, they've escaped from my pond, if you watch my other videos, you'll see. But I had a male Midland painted Claws. He was blind in one eye. Pacifica, when I caught her, she was, she had a lot of external parasites. I mean, leeches. There were these really weird, clear tube-looking things on her shell. So I brought her home, cleaned them off, everything like that. Then I captured, a year after that, I captured 2 female Midland painteds. I caught one the day before I caught the other one, and I thought it had eggs, but it did not, so I was going to release it. Actually, I was going to release it a couple days after she got out of here. I was actually planning on releasing her then, but the other one I was keeping, waiting for her to lay eggs, out on the side here. Then I was going to release her again, incubate the eggs, and put the baby turtles in here. And unfortunately, she laid the eggs in the water, and I got them out, incubated them. 2 of them actually started growing. 2 of the, I think it was 6. 2 of the 6 started growing, but there were folds in the egg, so once it got to a certain size, they needed more space in the egg, so they, unfortunately died. So I ended up releasing the other female, which, was the main plan to begin with. But the question is still here. Should you capture and keep all turtles? Answer is no. Do not keep a wild turtle indoors. And you might be thinking, well, captivity is captivity. These turtles aren't in the wild anymore. They're in your captivity. The thing about that is, when you have a turtle pond, the safest kinds of turtles you want in that pond are native species, especially ones that are wild and can hibernate. That they're hardy species. They're okay being, in different water qualities. They can live off plants, bugs, fish. They know the ropes of, living in the wild. While captive turtles, the two sliders in here were captive. I'll tell you, these are the most timid turtles I have. They're doing fine, but I have had issues with their skin and some fungus because of the water change. Like I said, wild turtles, they're hardier. They know how to adapt. While captive turtles, they don't know they can adapt, except they're just not really top notch as compared to wild turtles. Now, I'm not encouraging you to go out, catch some wild turtles, dig a pond outside. I don't encourage you that at all. Like I said, these turtles were pretty much all rescues. I would never want to catch a turtle and see that it's perfectly fine and then just keep it for no reason. I actually was trapping some snapping turtles in a neighbor's pond because he didn't want the snappers in there. And I was releasing them into a creek, and I caught a perfectly healthy, full-grown, adult, male Midland painted turtle. He actually, believe it or not, was a male Midland painted that I released years earlier in that pond. I caught him again, which is always a fun treat. But I didn't want to keep him because I knew he was doing perfectly fine in that pond. He had grown, he was just perfectly fine, and I don't want to keep him. So, hope that clears up some of the issue. Don't get confused. I don't recommend you, if you find a turtle on the road, I don't recommend you keeping it inside. I don't recommend you keeping it, period, if it's healthy. But, I feel like I missed out on some topics, so if you guys have any questions, make sure to leave it in the comment section below, and I'll make sure to get back with you as soon as possible. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned a lot, and I hope you guys, hope I cleared up some stuff for you. And yeah, have a great day.